And they also reference concerns by Congress that were generated as a result of John Brennan, the CIA director, leaking it to the Congress, specifically Senator Harry Reid, with the expectation and hope, according to Reid, that it would get out, which of course Reid dutifully did by sending a letter that was immediately leaked. So you have the Clinton DNC dossier referenced, and then 3 other references that the government pretends are separate but aren't separate. So talk about dishonesty. This is the equivalent of a self-licking ice cream cone. I've got this source, that source, that source, and that source, and they're all the same source. It's like my telling you, hey, guess what I heard? And you say, oh yeah, who'd you hear it from? And I tell you, me, myself, and I. 3 sources. Talk about dishonesty. And who's behind this dishonesty? The FBI, the Justice Department under Barack Obama, and the FBI and Justice Department under President Trump. And I'm going to name the names. Who signed off on the warrants? Sally Yates, the disgraced former Deputy Attorney General under Obama, who was holdover temporary Attorney General, acting Attorney General for President Trump for a time, before she was fired for misconduct for refusing to defend his travel ban rulings, or his travel ban executive order. You had James Comey sign off on these warrants, or at least 1 or 2, I think 2 of them. Of course, he was fired by President Trump for misconduct, and of course he's been caught up in a leak investigation, and he stole Trump's FBI files and leaked them illegally to the media. Andrew McCabe, Deputy Director of the FBI, fired for misconduct under criminal investigation for unauthorized leaks, or actually for lying about his involvement in leaks. He signed off on it. 2 other people did. Dana Puente, I think it's Puente, B-O-E-N-T-E. Now, Mr. Puente used to be an Obama administration U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia, so very much in the top leagues in the FBI or the Justice Department. After Obama left office, believe it or not, he moved over to the Justice Department under President Trump, and he then left that slot. I think he was running in the National Security Division, so that is probably in that capacity, I recall, he signed off on one of these warrants. Now he's working as the top lawyer in the FBI, general counsel to the FBI. So an Obama holdover that managed to be the number 2 official at the FBI under, not number 2 literally, but a top official at the FBI. And who else signed off on it? Rod Rosenstein. Now you know all about Rod Rosenstein, Obama U.S. Attorney in Maryland, I think for the full 8 years, and now Deputy Attorney General under President Trump, who's overseeing the Mueller operation. Talk about corruption. And you know who needs to answer questions about this? Rod Rosenstein, who signed off on this as late as June of 2017. Oh, isn't that an interesting date, June 2017, because it was a month or so after Robert Mueller started. So the Mueller operation is benefiting from this corrupt FISA application where the courts were gamed dishonestly to get secret spy warrants on the Trump operation. And remember, Strzok was there at the time as well. Remember, concurrently, you had spies being sent to the Trump operation to try to ensnare them by the FBI and DOJ. Never before in our nation's history, certainly not in recent memory, have you had such corruption by one government agency, by an administration targeting its political opponent, namely the political opponent being the candidate for presidency of the opposing party. Unbelievable. And what are we talking about this week? Michael Cohen having a tape about Donald Trump talking about buying a story related to a woman who accused him of having an affair with him. This is the story of our time, folks. These documents showing corruption, unprecedented corruption that has metastasized into a special counsel operation that continues to harass this president with no good faith basis. His tweets are evidence of obstruction of justice. Who is running the Justice Department? It's desperation by Mueller because there's obviously nothing for him to investigate anymore. It's abusive, and it's harassment.